Just a gentle pull up though. There you go.
Trying to keep it at 300.
That's okay. So this thing lags, so try and get a sight picture out here.
Okay.
So I can tell you that's too little, so let's push the nose down. That's it right there. Pretty soon your brain's gonna know what this looks like. But that's the picture right there. And this will kind of find its way back. So let's put in the last notch of flaps right now. And so when we turn final, we want all the flaps in, we want all the power set, and I'm gonna make a call. Flying W traffic, 62862 is left base to final, 19 flying W. Okay, now you can probably start your turn. And just keep an eye on the wires. We're at 400 feet, we shouldn't have an issue, so we're not gonna pull the nose up. Look at this, we're gonna roll right out on the runway heading. That's perfect, and now, you know that we're only about 30 feet off the red light. There it is, right there. So now, don't go too low. Just lift the nose a little bit. And our airspeed, we still have to bleed off 12 knots here. So we can just lift the nose right there. That's perfect. If you hold this attitude all the way to the runway, and by the way, you can fly this plane with 2 fingers all the way to the ground. Yeah, I'm not suggesting you should, but you can. It shouldn't take a lot of pressure. Start working the power out now. Now start working some more out. And I'm just using my feet. I want to get lined up at the center line, see if I can put the nose right on top of the white line. That wasn't quite it. Bouncing a little bit. So we're going to get rid of the flaps, we're going to get rid of the carb heat, and we're going to go full power. Flying W traffic, 62862, touch and go, 19, flying W, airborne. Okay, so let's get off the ground, because that nose wheel and the... So I'm going to touch the brakes, get rid of that vibration, and then you got the plane. We're going to fly straight down the middle of these trees and just lift the nose. You can bleed off about 5 knots of airspeed, trade it for altitude. That's probably the perfect pitch right there. Maybe just a little less pitch up. There you go. That's good right there. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of variables. Every time you land, it's going to be different. There's going to be crosswind, headwind, you might have a tailwind, you might have turbulence, you might not you might not end up exactly at the right altitude or the right position where you want. So you got to be able to make all the corrections you need to every time. And you're also not going to be at this airport every time, right? You're going to be going to other places, which we'll start practicing that pretty soon. Last night or the night before, I took someone out and we hit like 5 airports in an hour, and when the guy got back, he said, man, I never realized, you know, every airport's a different pattern. Looks different. So just looking out the window, if this was covered up, I can tell we're not climbing right now. We're just going, now we're climbing. So just, someday I'm going to bring the thing and we'll cover these up, and we'll fly a couple patterns without an altimeter and a vertical speed indicator, and you'll see how quickly your brain figures out what it's supposed to look like when you don't have another reference here. So I think you avoided the thunderstorms, Chief. I don't think you avoided the clouds, and there's definitely something out there that goes way up high, but I don't think you're going to be impacted. Not during the next, or actually I shouldn't have spoken so soon. That could be some light rain over there. So watch your descent right there. Let's just find a sweet spot right about there. You don't have to get too excited, you just need to fix it. Like, if we're going down too fast, you don't have to yank back, you just very gently pull back. This looks good though. And what can we do right now though, that we didn't do yet to help us slow down? We can lift the nose first a little, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Get it the white arc.
Yep. You're not in any rush to do anything here, because you have all of this area. You don't even have to land. Like, if you say, watch, oh, I don't want to do this, fuck it, I'm not doing this. Flaps up, flying W traffic, Skyhawk 62862, we're going to extend our downwind for runway 19 by 3 miles, yield to the 152. Okay, so look, if something's really fucked up, so now, you just decide, hey, it doesn't look right to me. I'm not comfortable, I'm going to come back. Or I don't like anything about this. I'm going to go to another airport. So I can tell you right now, we're way too far. We're actually too close in that way. So I'm going to take you out this way. I'm not supposed to fly over this hospital, but let's just go over here a little bit, and then we'll come back around. So see this extended center line? We're going to come back, intercept that on like a 3 or 4 mile final. And when we do that, you can play with the rudders a little bit. I come back. Sometimes I bring people in like a 3 or 4 mile extended final, and they get to play with the rudders all the way down to the runway and the power. So we're going to do that right now. So somewhere just on that side of that concrete plant is the extended runway center line. So we're at 1,000 feet,
turning left base, runway 19,
and we're probably going to be a little bit low. So we'll fly into the glide path. So can you see the runway from here? We're still about an 1/8 of a mile to go.
I see a white and a red too.
Yep. That's good. Okay, so let's turn. This white roof is the CBS, and that is right lined up at the runway usually. So you have the plane. You got to get the carb heat back on. Let me find this other guy too. So you got to get yourself back on the glide path. So I just want to see where this guy is. I think he's in front of us. He should be right in front of us. He's lined up the runway right now. So you just, I got him. He's going down. Flying W traffic, Skyhawk 62862. We're on a 3 mile final straight in for runway 19. We have the arriving traffic in sight. Okay, so we have the whole runway to ourselves. He's going to be down and clear the runway way before you get there. So you still want to be at about 18, but we got to lift the nose up and get the flaps in, right? So just lift the nose. You got 2 miles between you and the runway, so you can fix a lot of things. So there's the white arc coming in. Can have 1-notch flaps. Now you can put the nose down. We got to remember at all times, even if it's dark, that there's... We want to be at about 400, 350 feet minimum. So I like to be a little high until I know I'm past this. And there's lights over here that kind of illuminate the transformer section. So now you know you're going to clear it. You got 200 feet to lose right here. So I always put the nose down a little bit here. And now I'm just looking to make sure I clear it, right? Let's put in another notch of flaps because we're in the white arc. Go ahead and drop some more flaps. We cleared that by at least 50 feet. We're still on the glide path. I would add just a touch of power because we're descending a little too fast. You can add another notch of flaps. We're in the white arc and push the nose down a little bit. There you go. Don't worry about him. I'm not going to let us go on the runway if he's still there. Keep a little bit of power in, maybe 16 until we know we're going to be...
Flying W, Cessna 024, clear runway 19, flying W.
Skyhawk Shore Final 19, flying W. Okay, so this looks really good. So I'm just holding a little back pressure. You can start working the power back. And here's where we want to just fly straight and level over the runway, right here. We have a little bit of nose up there, so flaps are coming up. We can lift the nose a little right here. So here we go, ready? Full power. A little bit of right rudder, no brakes, and what's our airspeed? You can rotate right now, gently. There you go. I'm going to touch the wheel brakes, stop the rotation, fly through the tree. Let's keep our nose right there.
Okay.
That's a really nice climb out. That'll get you 76, no problem. Skyhawk 62862, touch and go 19, close traffic. Okay. So, should do another one of those because we were keeping an eye on him and we didn't really get to do the rudder part. But that's what I really wanted to show you is you can use your aileron and rudder to align the plane with the runway and to keep it over the center line, and those are 2 different things we have to do. And it works just as well 3 miles away as it does when you're 6 inches above the runway. Yeah, just relax a little bit and try to absorb this, because you're going to be doing this, 100 times at least. We'll try to break it up a little bit, but it's great to be able to do it touch and go like this, because you can get 8 or 10 or 11 in sometimes in an hour. So this is a good time to turn downwind. Nice, nice.
024, departing runway 19, staying in the pattern, flying W.
Zero 24 at Flying W. We're probably going to do an extended downwind over to Mount Holly again, so we'll yield to you on base. We'll be out 3 or 4 miles.
Okay, sounds good.
We're going to do the same thing. Let's fly out about 3 miles, and let's go to like 1,500 feet this time, where you'll have to even line up sooner. You can keep full power in. Let's just climb straight to 1,500 here. There's nobody out here, so we're in the pattern. Technically, we should be at 1,000 feet, but we're climbing out of the pattern right now. And that guy now knows that we're going to go out here, and he's going to do the same thing. He's going to get one more lap in while we're coming back this way. So we'll probably try to stay nice and parallel to the runway. We're going to go all the way out past the town of Mount Holly, which is the jail. That's the hospital, that's the jail. We're going to go around the jail, and we'll be out about 2 miles further. How's it feel? Good? There's 1,500.
Flying W, Cessna 024, turning left.
Instead of coming back to 1,800, maybe come back to 20 this time. And that'll keep us flying